Wow. In my city of Rotterdam, yes it is. In Rotterdam, we're quite direct. We are so in Holland, but we're double infected in Rotterdam. So here's my first direct question. Who of you have ever felt stuck in his life? Oh, good, I thought I was going to be home and nobody was going to lift their hand. Thank you for participating. Okay, so this was my case in 2012. And I lost my job a year and a half earlier. And I had only 30 days until my unemployment allowance was going to end. And I was going to go onto social welfare. Mind you, I was 37-year-old, single lady, no kids, no money, no job. I was a lost cause by society anyway. I had not much to lose. And somebody told me the story of Rotterdam. He said, Michèle, you know how Rotterdam's heart was bombed out on 14th of May 2012? And it was only 4 days later that we started to rebuild on May 18th, 1940. And he said, you had to rebuild your life so many times. What you need to do is go out on stage and share your story of how to make a difference in your own life. Because the 10 years before that, I lost almost anything you can imagine, including myself. And I said, did I tell you that I was 37, single, no money, no nothing, and you want me to go on stage? That is not very sexy. And he said, Michèle, people need inspirational stories. And you got the story, you got the real story. He said, go out and create your own dream job. And I thought, well, I have 30 days, so I either go on social welfare or go create my own dream job. And there's one thing you should know about Rotterdam, that you can have a dream and build it, but you have to work. And you have to work hard. And you have to roll up your sleeves and start going. And the one thing that we say here is don't talk, act. But what we also have here is great storytellers. And we have a sense of community. And in 2012, a lot of people had nothing because it was financial crisis. And when I asked my grandmother about that time, on May 18th, 1940, I said, Grandma, what do you remember about that time? She said, Michèle, we all had nothing. The only thing we had was each other in this city, and we wanted to rebuild our city. And she said, we just got at it, and the sense of community was amazing. And she said, I remember it as a beautiful time. And that, to me, inspired so much that I thought, I have nothing to lose anymore because, hey, 37, no kids, remember? And I thought, if I can help 1 or 2 people with my stories on how to make a difference, I will go on stage. Because if the world needs more inspiring stories, I will go on stage. And yes, I was afraid. I just had 1 millimeter more guts. So that's what I started doing. And the first time I didn't know what to do. I just decided that what you need to get from stuck to unstuck is inspiration. Because people who get a spark, they go in an instant. They make a change like that. That's what I realized from my own times, from making a difference in my life, having to get back up after life gave me big, big challenges. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do. And I had no idea how that worked into a business plan. But I was going to find out. And I decided, and this is my big tip, don't use the words, I'm searching. Use, I'm on an adventure. Sounds way better. And people are inspired by that already. So I got on my own adventure. And what I was looking for was stories and people who showed me a way. People who showed me a direction, saying and looking and telling me that it was possible. And I had no idea how my business was going to look. I just wanted to make a living making people happy. And that sounds like a real hippie, but in here, I felt it. And I thought, I'll find a way. I'll find a way. And in the beginning, I don't know if you recognize it, but in the beginning, when you have a good idea and you get at it, it's easy. It's just when the obstacles come that you consider, is this really still a good idea? You need an emergency plan for when you get stuck again. So I went through this tour on this city, and I met Annemarie. And Annemarie is a designer, and she lost her sight, almost her whole sight, due to a brain tumor. So imagine being a designer and only have this much vision with one eye. This much. You think you might be lost. She's decided to make handbags because that was the vision she could still see. She said, Michèle, I might have lost my vision or my sight, but I never lost my focus and my vision. That to me thought, gosh, if you just have this much sight and you can still think that, she light me up. When I had difficult times, I think of Annemarie. And I think of Tini, who built this big, beautiful Japanese center in this city. And I said, how do you do it when it gets difficult? And she said, Michèle, lots of sleepless nights, many cries, you blow your nose, straighten up, and you keep walking. You persevere. If you believe in something, you keep going. So what I do, I don't get my information from the how-to books and the whole internet is full with the 10 tips for, I don't know, how to get your dream job, but nobody's actually telling when it feels really shit, how to get up and get inspired. They just tell you you need to be here, but nobody shares you the road. People and stories show you a way. You get from stuck to unstuck by people. It's like having two candles. If you have one candle where the light is on, just get another candle with no light, light up with the fire, and you have double light. This is what happens in life. And I just got on and on and on, and I got to more and more stages. And the first time I nearly died, I was on stage, and my knees, I thought they were going like this, and my voice goes, and I actually looked pretty good. Inside, I might have been dying, but on the outside, I looked quite good. So that gave me confidence. And I just went one step by another. The cure to getting stuck, if you hit a block, you just need to take a step back and realize if you're still on the right track. And if you need to make a gutsy decision, sometimes to let go. Who here had ever had the question, what do you really want? Who here knew the answer? Me too. So I got a better question for you. And if you ask this question, this is a great conversation maker. But it's also a good question because this is how I live my life. This is my compass. What sets your heart on fire? It can be anything. It can be your grandmother's dinner. It can be a piece of music. I don't care. You need to do more of that. And that will be your compass of what brings you joy. And it will get you closer to what you want to do. 4 years ago, I decided to make inspiration serious business. I got asked for TED with Aspire to Inspire, and I thought, yes, I did it. It took me 4 years, took me many obstacles, but I did it. I got 20 seconds left. Help me out, because we're doing something I haven't rehearsed. Get your telephone. Shh, get your telephone. Quick. Put the flashlight on. I want to show you that every single one of you, if you shine your light from within, that is how we make a difference. So I count to 3, and this is what I do with the guys from Technique. 3, 2, 1. Look around you. Look around you. If everybody of you shines their light, we're in a world where we have a lot of difficulties and a lot of challenges. But if you just take care of your own light, this is the difference we can make. Thank you very much.